Hello friends, welcome to Dark Souls 2. Been a little bit since I've said the hello friends intro, but I've had the craving to play some Dark Souls, and I can only play Souls games without having to restart my character when I do it for YouTube, so yeah. This is Rumi. It's her return. She's made her return from the castles and places of Dark Souls 3. Good old castles and such. I don't know the kingdom name of Dark Souls 3 or 1. But yeah, from that wonderful adventure, she has made her return and is now continuing on her adventure in Dark Souls 2. After her tour through Dark Souls 3 where she linked the flame. Well, it was supposed to, but didn't because I never ended the game. And then her adventure through Yharnam to slay some beasts. As you can tell, we are playing New Game Plus. I mean, obviously, duh. That's what the series is. But yeah, Dark Souls 2, my personal favorite in the series, and probably going to be the longest, because this game does not progress very quickly. Well, it does. If you try, it does. But like, you know, because there's just the sheer amount of bosses in this game. I should have dodged that, but it's okay. The sheer amount of bosses in this game is insane. There are, I know I change the number every time I say it, but I think it's 42. I think, don't quote me on that. All I know is it's in the 40s. It's either 41, 2, or 3. Any amount in the 40s that's below 5. But, yeah. Dark Souls 2, my personal favorite. Honestly, I feel like this game gets way too much hate for what it is. Like, god damn, you people need to chill with hating on this game. Like, it is not that bad. Like, I will admit, this game isn't exactly great, but it's not the worst game ever, and I would never go as far to say as I hate this game. Like, Jesus Christ, I absolutely adore this game. Sure, there are some extremely frustrating things, but all the Souls games have those things. You can't find me a single Souls game from Dark Souls 1 to Sekiro that doesn't have something that's very annoying. Be it an area, be it a boss fight, be it a few areas or a boss fight, or a few boss fights. Anything. Also, that's where you get the stone ring. Reduced enemy poise. Be it literally anything in the game. You can't find a single thing in any of these, from Dark Souls 1 to Sekiro, like I said. Or Demon Souls to Sekiro, because Demon Souls is the oldest. From the oldest game in the series to the current newest, that isn't annoying. Like, there's at least one thing each. It's not a chest. Apparently, if you talk to her after you kill some orcs, like out in the further place where you need a fragrant branch of yore to get to, which I obviously do not have because they take those away from you. I do have a Pharaoh's Lockstone. I have some Pharaoh's Lockstones though, so that's good. But anyways, this game is hated on so much, and I genuinely just don't understand it. Like, some of you people who like Dark Souls just constantly won't even give this game a second chance. Like, I fully understand this game is not at all as good as it could be. but that doesn't mean it's bad. Honestly, I think it's good in spite of its flaws, not, you know, whatever though. Point is, I just really like this game. It's my favorite in the Souls series, and it always has been, always will be. But that's Dark Souls, not including Bloodborne or anything like that. If we're including Bloodborne, I've already stated that Bloodborne is my favorite. And let's be honest here, Dark Souls 2 doesn't hold a candle to Bloodborne. Though, once again, I'm going to say it one last time. This game isn't as bad as lots of people make it out to be. There are very frustrating points. There are a lot of bad bosses. But that doesn't mean I don't enjoy this game. And I don't enjoy fighting those bad bosses. Like, some of the worst bosses in this game are just so pathetically easy that I think they're fun to fight. For example, Prowling Magus in Congregation. What the hell even is that? That fight sucks. But I love it. It's a great fight. Just for the sheer novelty. You know, like, I love this game because it dared to experiment, honestly. This game experimented quite a bit. It added hexes, which are a new form of spell. It changed up some other things. It added all kinds of different enemies. It added torches that actually, like a torch system, not bleh. It added a torch system. It added lots of secrets. Like, I feel like this game from Dark Souls 1 definitely has a lot more secrets. It changed the way you would have to use, open secret rooms. You couldn't hit the wall, you had to go up and interact with it. Which I thought was odd, but hey. They've also added, like, the point is, this game is wonderful. It added so much good stuff. And it also gave you the wonderful thing of being able to get rid of some of the garbage you're carrying around by being able to sell it to Gavlin, who is an NPC that only appears in certain places throughout the game. It added a different stat. I'm pretty sure, what's it called? Let me go to stats. Adaptability is a new stat. I mean, I played both games, but still. I've heard there's a glitch that you can do here to get into this area before you're supposed to. Or without a Fragrant Branch of Yore. I'll have to look it up. But I'd rather just come back here and use the Fragrant Branch on that, because by the end of my first playthrough to get to New Game Plus, I had like 4 left over, because I just didn't know what the hell to do with them. Like, I got all the required stuff. I killed the Ruined Sentinels and everything. I did all that. I got the NPCs and everything, but other than them, it wasn't really that important to me. And yes, I killed every boss, including Aldia, even though Aldia gives you no souls and is basically a worthless fight. Aldia only changes your ending, which, if you want to get all the endings, yeah, obviously fight him, because then that's important. But it wasn't too important to me. I just killed him because I wasn't sure if he gave any souls or anything. I'm actually gonna go back on my Bloodborne promise, by the way. By the by, Yharnam and the Moon Presence will be skipped permanently, and unless I decide to do another Bloodborne playthrough, because I just don't want to play through that game again right now. I really, really, really don't want to play through it again, because I want to play Dark Souls right now. I do wonder something now that I'm looking at this hole. Can I get to the gutter early on? Like, can I just go to the gutter right now since my health is high enough and I have enough souls to buy a ring that will reduce my fall damage? You know, let me buy that ring, and then let's see if we can go to the gutter, because if I can go to the gutter on the first episode, that is absolutely massive. amounts of progress for literally nothing. Ew. Away, you little freaks. As you can tell, I like using big heavy swords that are slower to the punch, but definitely get the job done. Okay, oh, I already had that ring. Well, let's try it. It'll be worth a shot, because I would love to go to the gut. Oh god, I missed. Okay, so from judging from that fall, if I didn't miss that jump, I can go to the gutter right now and go deal with all that and get it out of the way. Go to the Black Gulch as well, which is why I'm going through the gutter. Get my first giant soul, kill the rotten, and never have to go there again. Oh my god. We can get a great soul on our first New Game Plus episode. Isn't that crazy? They really didn't scale this place for New Game Plus. I don't think they thought about it well, very much. Oh yeah, and I can also kill the Royal Rat Vanguard and all them. This is gonna take a few tries, but hey, it's all good. But yeah, I can just go down there and kill a bunch of bosses before I'm even supposed to. Like, let's be honest here. This is not intended. You're not supposed to be able to do this. But since I'm playing on New Game Plus, you know, watch, they're gonna do something to block me out of getting in here. It's gonna be something dumb that I'm forgetting about that keeps you from coming down here this early, if you do somehow manage to come down here. But I do think it's dumb that they scaled the fall damage so high. 'Cause it's like, dude, come on, why punish all of us? Damn it. Why punish all of us for people who just want to go have that early optional challenge to go to the Black Gulch and suffer the horrors of the gutter and the Black Gulch as soon as they start the game? Because honestly, that would be really goddamn cool. Because if I had the opportunity, I would definitely skip the last giant and what's his face, Dragon Rider, and just go straight to the Gulch. Well, not that. Well, I'd at least go down there with a Fragrant Branch of Yore and open up that bonfire at the bottom with a statue blocking it, which I still think is dumb. Oh my god, we're just gonna go straight into it. Well, we made it here. I don't remember what this place is. Cave of Saints. I can't remember if this leads to anything interesting. Oh wait, this is where we fight Royal Rat Vanguard. And I think I can get to the Huntsman's Grotto from here to fight the Executioner's Chariot and Skeleton Lords, and then go to the Harvest Valley and everything. So yeah, we can completely skip Last Giant and the Forest of Fallen Giants and everything. But we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna come here, kill the bosses, get the Great Soul, and that's that. I'm only coming through this way because I just don't remember what's through here. I know Royal Rat Vanguard is this way, which is a disappointing ass boss, but hey, we're gonna make it the first boss fight of the series, just to kinda show you the quality of these bosses. I'm not bothering with that. Those bridges only lower one because they all lead to the same place. If you go through there, you basically just get some items and that's about it. They're not worth it. You're spending a Pharaoh's Lockstone to get basically nothing back. But yeah, this is our first boss fight of the series. I'm fine with getting a few disappointing boss out of the way as soon as I can. Because this boss is stupid easy even without a big ass greatsword. Like, you could use anything and you'll win this fight. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna one-shot the Royal Rat himself, who is the one with a mohawk. There he is. I don't know. Do be careful though, if they hit you enough they can petrify you and toxic you and It's just not a good time. Or poison you, I mean. But they can petrify you, so be careful. Thanks for the boss, Saul. See you later. See you on my next playthrough. I could also join the Rat King Covenant, but I don't really feel like doing that right now. Pharaoh's Lockstone, thanks for the Lockstone, Pharaoh. This is not the way to the gutter, I don't think. Yeah, I think I'm going the wrong way to the gutter. I actually don't know where the hell I'm going. You know what, scratch the I don't think. This is definitely not the way to the gutter. What's up these stairs, I wonder? It's been a little bit. You know, a whole Bloodborne playthrough and everything makes you forget things. This just leads to the same place, so I am going to the gutter, aren't I? Because I know the gutter is down this hole. So it has to be the gutter this way. Which is good for me. That item right there, I'll come back for it if I really feel like it. Oh. There's AI enemies down here. Or there's red phantoms, I mean. These guys, that guy chasing me, they chase you, they run at you, and then they explode. Okay, yeah, this isn't going to be as easy as I was expecting it to be. But anyway, to get that item over there, that's hanging on that little ledge, you gotta jump to it from the bridge. So that bridge we dropped onto is where you gotta go. So it's through here, blah blah blah. I doubt we'll actually be able to kill the Rotten. I really highly doubt it. But hey, we might. Okay, I don't doubt that we'll be able to kill the Rotten. Oops. I don't doubt that we'll be able to kill the Rotten, because the Rotten is extremely easy. Like, really the only thing he's got going for him is he's probably going to do a lot of damage if he hits me, or when he hits me, because you know, some of his attacks are kinda meh. Well, not really, it's more of the Dark Souls hitboxes. But yeah, I'm not scared to fight the Rotten. Really, I'm more nervous about the Black Gulch itself, because the Black Gulch is hell on earth. Well, at least it has a bonfire, or two bonfires in it, one at the very beginning and one at the end. We're not going to loot the Black Gulch or anything, if I manage to get there in the time of this episode. And we're not going to deal with looting the gutter, because the items there aren't worth it. I mean, sure, I'll loot along the way, but that's about it. But yeah, jump there, you'll get your item. The disc chime. Wait for him to fall under me. Do a drop attack on his goofy ass. And then get killed. So you know what, I'm not doing this. We're gonna give it one more go, and we're just gonna immediately run as soon as we get down there. Cause those guys are not at all worth killing, most likely. And then we're gonna just speed run through the gutter and everything. Like I said, I'm not bothering to loot it this time. I looted it fully on my personal playthrough to get to New Game Plus, and I'm not doing it. I'll loot the Black Gulch though, because the Black Gulch isn't too bad. And most of the items are from one place anyway. In fact, pretty much all of the items are from one single place. The place where you fight the two giants and get a giant skull. Okay, as soon as we get down here, start hoofing it. Wrong way. Drink the Estus. Okay, now start hoofing it. Haul ass, Rumi, haul ass. Yep, this is the way. Alright, so then you, on New Game Plus, ignore those guys, because, once again, not worth it. I might come back up there once I, you know, have the element of surprise and everything. Or I might come back here and kick kick those dudes in the teeth, but I'm not too interested in the chest that one dude's guarding. I think it has an Estus shard, but my Estus flask is fully upgraded. Or so it tells me, even though I remember full well getting 15. I highly doubt it's fully upgraded, but the game says it is. Who knows? It would be an interesting concept to have, like, an Estus flask, right? Like normal. That you can only use a certain amount of times, like normal. But the thing is, once you hit New Game Plus, you can upgrade it even further than you did before. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Oh, I light a torch. I might come back here and loot this place. On camera, of course. When I feel like it. But right now, I really don't want to deal with the gutter. Well, not deal with, because I decided to come here. But I don't want to loot this place, because looting this place is an absolute nightmare. Oh, hello there. Well, his suicide nest killed his friends, so that worked out for me. Gonna ignore the enemy that's in here. I'm not lighting anything up, I'm not looting anything. I know the way through. And if you want to know how to get through the gutter, then just follow my path. So I fell in there and I didn't mean to. Okay, I may or may not know how to get through the gutter. I'll loot things that get in my way, like that I find, but I'm not going out of my way for it. Great, now this guy's out here. I really don't want to be dealing with these guys right now. I just want to go fight the Rotten, so I can get a great soul in the first episode. I know I'm not running out of time or anything, and I'm really not on a time crunch, seeing as this is the first episode and everything. But still, this is annoying. Oh, and as you can tell, I have beaten Fume Knight. Just look at my crown. That is the Iron King's crown that you only get from beating the Fume Knight. So yeah, don't say that I didn't beat him on my personal playthrough, and I skipped him because he was too hard. Like, don't say that, because I don't skip bosses because they're too hard. The only bosses I've ever skipped because they are too hard is Koss and Midir, and that's most of the time in my personal playthroughs. On YouTube, I've only ever skipped Koss on my original Bloodborne playthrough because I was not at all confident in myself to be able to beat him. I wasn't confident in myself this time either, but still. I came in willing to beat him, knowing I had to, rather than I wanted to. Like, really, it's more of a I had to do it, rather than I really wanted to. But the feeling of success after beating his ass was really great. Anyway, speaking of Bloodborne, more information on that promise that I said I was rescinding. I just can't, okay? I'm sorry, I really just don't want to. That's all it comes down to, is I don't want to and I don't care that much. So, sorry, I guess. You know, like, be mad if you want, but I personally don't care. And if I don't care, then don't be angry. Like, I'm not disrespecting anybody. I mean, sure, I'm breaking a promise that I said, and then I went back on multiple times on screen saying, like, I don't know if I'm gonna do it, because the amount of farming for the Chalice dungeon is just a bit much. Like, oh my god, it is so much. And then there's just the fact that I have to play through Not only that, I have to play through the game again to get back to the Moon Presence, but I had to play through the game again where it's significantly harder because they really ramped up their New Game Plus. Like, oh my god, New Game Plus in that game. Oops. Like, it was so much harder that basic villagers were killing me. I'm not bothering with it, I'm sorry. I just can't make myself do it. And I'm not playing through it again on New Game. Making a whole nother character just to do it. Just to fight 2 bosses for YouTube. For a YouTube channel no one's gonna see, you know? Point is, don't ask for it. Please, please, please do not ask for it. I don't want to do it, and I will not do it. My word is final on this. Damn it. My word is final on this channel. I don't care what you want. Unless it's reasonable. That's literally all I ask of you. Respect my wishes, and be reasonable. Like, don't ask me to play through goddamn every single Dark Souls game in one day without a single death. Don't, please. Just don't request things that you know I'm not gonna do. Because when I read because if I get a request like that, I'm gonna be upset. I will do challenge runs though, so if you have a challenge run idea, feel free to shoot me your idea. I might actually do a Dark Souls 3 challenge run with Rumi, my character, on New Game Plus, or New Game Plus 2, depending on which one I want to do. Called Artorias the Abyss, not Artorias, called Rumi the Abyss Walker. It's pretty self-explanatory. Rumi will be wearing Artorias' armor, because there's an armor set that you can get that is Artorias' armor. And she'll use a Farron Greatsword. Either a Farron Greatsword or the other sword that the goddamn Abyss Watchers use. Either those two, or probably just the Black Knight sword, because let's be real here, I don't use Ultra Greatswords. No, damn it! But anyway, the challenge will be Greatsword only, armor only. I said maybe Farron Greatsword because it has some of the abilities that Artorias can do. Like that jump up slash thing, you know, like where he flips over and slams the sword onto you. It can do that as its weapon art. But I'm considering not doing it with that sword because Ultra Greatswords are just way too slow and clunky for me. Don't you dare fall off. But yeah, Greatswords are already pretty slow in these games. Like, they swing decently slow. But Ultra Greatswords, forget about it. Speed is non-existent in with those. And I personally don't like using them. I've tried using Ultra Greatswords before. They're just not as good. And it always seems like every Ultra Greatsword I use, even when I have, like, their damage stats maxed out and everything, they still don't do as much damage as a regular one. Don't you fall, because you're poisoned. Oh my god, I would have been so mad. I would have been so goddamn pissed off if I got just knocked off the edge like that. We're gonna quickly rest, and you can see that these are the only areas we have. When we have time, well, not when we have time, when we're done here, we're gonna run on over to Hyde's Tower of Flame and end off this episode by killing the Dragon Rider. And then next episode, well, and if I still have time after that, we'll fight the old Dragon Slayer. And if somehow I still have even more time after killing all the rotten old Dragon Slayer and Dragon Rider, then we'll just start going through the goddamn Forest of Fallen Giants and fight the Pursuer on that one little bridge. on that one little chunk, because that counts as his boss fight. He just doesn't have a health bar. And if you kill him there, you don't have to fight him anywhere else. And as you saw, I got a fragrant branch of yore, so we're going to be able to run through this place even easier. So that way, in case I do die, which I might, I mean, you never know with this place. It's one of the worst areas. In fact, it is the worst area in Dark Souls 2, in my opinion. Next to that little petrification cave that leads to the 3 gankers. God, I hate that place. That place is needlessly enraging. Get out of here. Hellspawn. Be gone from my way. I don't like that you have to wait for those little dudes to get out of the goddamn way before you can even walk by them. Because, like, they have to be killed after they get in your way. It's like, come on, you know, like, get out of the way. Especially when I have an enemy chasing me that I don't want to deal with. Like, I'm just waiting for your stupid ass to get out of my way at that point. Anyway, we're gonna fight the Rotten. Hello, Rotten. First episode kill. 3rd dragon ring at risk. Damn it. Rotten kill on the first episode. This is probably the only series from Dark Souls 2 that you'll see that happen in. Because hey, I like to exploit the fact that I'm on I'm doing New Game Plus, so that I can do stuff early. For example, if I do the Rumi the Abyss Walker playthrough, I'll fight Gundyr and the Dancer and Oxyros extremely early. Like, I'll fight them probably first episode, honestly. Oh god. No. But yeah, I'll fight them first episode. Genuinely, I will. Like, I'll ask through the high wall of Lothric, just to get to those fights. And then I'll kill Vord too. Like, damn, I could kill so many bosses. First episode in Dark Souls 3. Also, with my ring broken, I fat roll, because I'm kind of relying on that ring to help keep my goddamn equipment on. Because if I don't wear this ring and the soldier's ring, the 3rd dragon ring and the soldier's ring, I fat roll because all my stuff's too heavy. Like, I'm going to upgrade my vitality and everything so I can carry more equipment. And that was the Rotten. That is a Great Soul boss. So yeah, we've killed the first boss to give us a Great Soul. That's crazy. First episode Great Soul. Can I still jump while fat rolling? Yes, I can. I thought it would be like your gear's too heavy so you can't jump. There's a fire seed here. Do be careful with that fire though, since it does a lot of damage. Like, it just drains your health. It's crazy. There's a chest in here. I know I said something about getting that giant soul, but like I said, we'll make a return to the gutter and Black Gulch and everything to get everything. And yes, I'll loot the gutter later. No, I won't. I'm not even gonna loot that off camera. It's just not worth my time. I mean, unless I want to get Havel's armor, which I really don't want. Which is where you get Havel's armor in this game. You get Havel's armor from the gutter. Isn't that wonderful? Anyways, let's go see the Emerald Herald. Hello, Emerald Herald. Okay. She's basically the Firekeeper from Dark Souls 3. Except, except instead of having to go to Andre to get your stuff, to get your Estus flask upgraded, you just give her your Estus shards and she'll do it for you. And yes, my SS Vice is at maximum strength, which sucks. I know I said I'm gonna level up my vitality, which I'm going to do. I'm gonna level it up by 1 point. But I'm also gonna level up my dexterity. Just like Dark Souls 3, we will not be going for boss weapons in this game, though I am going to hoard my boss souls for now. I have Old Dead One soul. I don't know how the hell I got that. Yeah, I don't know how I got that. Royal Rat Vanguard and Soul of the Rotten. Oh no, wait, I think I got the Old Dead One soul from from beating the game and playing on New Game Plus, because Old Dead One probably implies it's my old character's soul. Which that is actually really cool if that's the case. Okay, can I roll? No, I can't. Won't take off my gloves. Still can't roll. Take off the pants. Okay, I can roll. Oh my god, it's a mimic. Originally that was just a normal chest. And I forgot that there were messages there in the previous playthrough that said that it was dangerous. Implying that it's a mimic. Or it's trapped, because this game has both trap chests and mimics. And though I said we'd go to Heights Tower of Flame, we're actually going to go through the Forest of Fallen Giants first, so I can unlock the blacksmith who will repair my ring for me, so I can so Rumi can put her pants back on. Look at you. Look at you, you're a disgrace. Dark Souls 3 Rumi would be very upset with you. No, she wouldn't care, because you're the same person. Look at your pantsless ass running around. Oh, and even though I'm not playing through Bloodborne another time for my own sanity on New Game Plus or New Game, I'm also at the same time I'm going to be playing through Dark Souls 2 and going through the Frigid Outskirts, which is my least favorite area in any game I have ever played. That's not even a joke or exaggeration. That area is a living hell. But yeah, that's completely different, because Frigid Outskirts is one area. Playing through all of Bloodborne again is playing through an entire game. Which, you know, I don't want to do. I don't want to play through all of Bloodborne again. Because as much as I enjoy Bloodborne, I am now remembering why I haven't played it in so long. It's because it's just kind of draining. Oh my god, that game just absolutely destroyed my mentality. Like, that is seriously nothing against the game. It's because of my own bad decisions. But that game is just so draining. And it ramps up the difficulty so quickly. So I've actually changed my mind on a recommendation for recommending what game to play for the Souls series first. I would recommend playing Dark Souls 3 or 1 first. Because 1, I didn't find very difficult, and there's a way to get a powerful weapon early on. And then all you have to do is farm souls. Or you can play like a normal person. And since Dark Souls 1 is pretty old, it will definitely teach you the ways of the game. And the bosses are a lot easier to fight, because those bosses are definitely showing their age. I'd recommend either Dark Souls 1 or Demon Souls, because both of those games are showing their age. Well, Demon Souls, either the remaster or original, it doesn't matter. Point is, both of those games are easy-ish. Dark Souls 1 can be quite difficult, actually. Like, I would not at all say that game is easy. I'm just saying most of the bosses in that game are not nearly as hard as I heard they were. For example, with Artorias, I found a way to get basically an easy stun combo going. Whenever he'd run off to go do his buff, because I could stun him in 3 hits, I'd just run up to him and hit him 3 times and cancel his buff to even out our fight. Because while buffed, I don't think I would ever be able to beat Artorias. He just did too much damage for me. And I had high health too. He did so much damage. Like, oh my god. His damage skyrocketed. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to kill only 4 bosses in this episode because I'm gonna kill the Pursuer early. And then I guess after this episode we can go through Hyde's Tower of Flame, kill the Dragon Rider, go through No Man's Wharf, kill Flexile Sentry, go to the Lost Bastille, kill the Gargoyles and Ruin Sentinels, and perhaps the Lost Sinner in one episode, or do it the other way around of killing the Lost Sinner and then coming back to take out Ruin Sentinels and Gargoyles, which would probably be easier and probably better to do. Because even though I do an absurd amount of damage with this weapon, like, this weapon does crazy amounts of damage. I think it does like 600. Yeah, it does 614 with 400 base. That is crazy high. A weapon with 400 base damage is just ridiculous. Anyway, oh yeah, and it scales with dexterity at an S rank. So for those of you who like dexterity builds, this sword is amazing, and I'm going to show you how to get it too. Because this was literally my main priority throughout most of the game, to get this weapon. I made a beeline right for it. Because some of this stuff, like honestly, it's probably the only weapon I'm comfortable with using in this game. Other than the Black Knight Greatsword, like in Dark Souls 3. I mean, I'm comfortable using Greatswords in Dark Souls 3 and 2, like other swords in this one. But I have specific weapons in every single game, including Bloodborne, that I just like using more because they're what I'm comfortable with using. They're what I'm familiar with. And you might call that a crutch because, like, you only use the same weapon every playthrough. Of course you're gonna be good with it, and it's gonna be good. You use, like, some of the most overpowered weapons in those games. And I'm not playing to handicap myself, I'm playing to win. And plus, I've beaten all of these games, except Dark Souls 1, with normal conventional weapons. Dark Souls 1, though, it kicked my ass plenty, and I know, and I've already learned the Dark Souls experience. I don't need to prove anything to anybody. The only thing I'm out to prove in Dark Souls 1 is that it's a good game, which basically everyone already knows. Though, in my personal opinion, if I had to rank the Souls series, including Bloodborne and Sekiro, I'm going to leave Sekiro out for now because I haven't beaten the game. In fact, I've only killed my second official boss. Because I was playing the game out of order for a while, and I got stuck for a very long time on Hirata Estate, when I shouldn't have even been there yet. It was the area after the one I had to go to next. And now I'm just kind of stuck since I've killed Lady Butterfly and I don't know where to go. So for those of you who might want to help me out, I mean, here's your opportunity. I genuinely don't know where to go after Lady Butterfly. Oh, and speaking of bosses that I don't know where to go after, if I have time, I don't know what I'm going to do after last night. No, wait. No, I just tried to transition with something that doesn't make any sense. Buy all those. Buy that. Buy all these. Give me all of... No, I said all of them. Give me all of those. Give me this. And give me that. Thank you. Light this bonfire, take a seat, and then make my return to Majula. But anyway, I actually don't know what I want to do. I don't know why I said that. With Dark Souls 1, I think I might do some skips. Like, there might be a few skips that I do. Well, not skips, I might do a few things extremely early. Like, I might go to the Darkroot Basin and kill Sif and the Moonlight Butterfly very, very, very early on, since I know how to get there. I might skip all of Blighttown because I just don't like Blighttown, and the bonfire there is not at all worth it. So yeah, I'm not even bothering to go through Blighttown. I know I said I was gonna stockpile. No, don't leave them. I know I said I was gonna stockpile boss souls, but I might have to use them to repair my ring. Because that ring is actually extremely useful. And it's kind of required for me. Unless these will get me enough. I think these will get me enough. Because I think it was 5,000? No way it would be 50,000. Yeah, it was 5,000. But anyway. Dark Souls 1 might do what I did. I might do what I did in this game and go to a late game or mid-game area extremely early. For example, Darkroot Basin. Or I might skip all of Blighttown because there's really nothing in there. And it's just annoying to get down there. And go straight to Quelaag. Because, like, that's kind of what I do anyway. I just kind of rush through Blighttown to get to Quelaag. So really all it would be doing is saving me time. Without having... saving me the time of having to go through Blighttown to get to Quelaag, which is what we're there to see anyway. We're there to go fight her. In fact, I might just not even go to Blighttown because there's no point. Like, there's literally no point in going to Blighttown early on. Or at all. Just wait until you have beaten Ornstein and Smough and have the Lord Vessel, so that you can get through all of the Demon Ruins in one go as well. I'd rather skip all of Blighttown and be forced through the Demon Ruins than anything else. So I can get rid of the stains that they call bosses in that place, because the 4 bosses in Demon Ruins and the Lost Izalith suck ass. Like, I'm not even kidding. Demon Fire Sage, one of my least favorite bosses in that entire game. In fact, in the whole series, other than Demon Souls, because it is the only game. Demon Souls actually is the only game in the series I have not played yet. And probably for a good reason. Because I don't want to pay money to play an easy game. Like, sure, I say Dark Souls 1 is easy, but that game is actually quite hard. I'm just way overselling my own skill. That game is difficult. I just had a much easier time on New Game Plus 1 and 2. On New Game and New Game Plus 1 because I got super bustedly overpowered weapons and was able to just kill basically everything with extreme ease, including boss fights. Like, it was only till I got to the very late game and the DLC that I started to face trouble. Like, that I actually started having trouble. Like, I got stuck on Manus, I got stuck on Artorias before I discovered that I can stun him out of his buff. I also got stuck on Kalameet for a little bit. Though, interestingly, I never got stuck on the Sanctuary Guardian. Never once in either playthrough. Like, sure, he killed me like 2 times in the second playthrough on New Game Plus because he had more health and everything, but I mean, that was about it. I'm just talking to this guy to get a key. He'll give you a key if you talk to him. To the mansion in Majula. It's the house that's next to the guy that gives you the Seldora set, if you kill him. Basically, you go to him, and if you want extra souls, kill him. I think you get like a 22% boost while wearing the full set. Oh yeah, I forgot to put my pants back on. Whoopsies. And my gloves. I wear the Seldora manchettes because it's just extra souls, why not? I would be wearing a little hat that I killed a guy for to get more souls as well, but at this point I don't really care about souls. I'm almost at the same level as my New Game Plus 2 character on New Game Plus 1. Because it's most likely because I've been using boss souls instead of, you know, turning them into boss weapons I'm never going to use. I only used one boss soul to make a weapon, and that's this one. And it wasn't even a boss fight soul. It was just a soul that I found that you can find. We're gonna fight the Pursuer. It may not look like a boss fight, but he does drop a boss soul if you kill him here. Because, you know, if this is your first playthrough of the game, and you just come up here, the Pursuer is probably gonna kick your ass. And by probably, I mean he will. He will destroy you. I'm only fighting him early on to just get him out of the way. I would not recommend fighting him here unless you're good at fighting him, or you're extremely powerful. And I definitely would not recommend fighting him here on an original playthrough, new game, or on your first ever playthrough. He'll also drop you the Ring of Blades, just like he normally would. He just gives you his drops, the amount of souls he would, everything. He just does all the normal stuff, except you just fight him here without a boss health bar. In a slightly bigger arena, and no ballistas to cheese him with. Well, cheese, to make him easier. Because that's kind of the intended strategy. To bait him or parry him and then ballista his ass, because it just does so much damage. Like, they wouldn't put it there if they didn't want you to use it, type of thing. And that is completely different for, you know, other reasons. It's completely different than using a shield or just using magic, because it's intended for you to do that. They would not have put the ballistas there if they genuinely did not want you to use them. If they didn't want you to use them, then they would be outside of the arena and you'd have to do some kind of weird glitch to get them in front of them. Or they'd be in a weird spot that you can't really hit them with, but if you hit them just right and get them in the perfect angle, then you can hit them with it. Like, it's not like that, it's just like they're right there. It's pretty obvious that you can use them to kill his ass. So why wouldn't you? The answer is if you want the challenge, or, I don't know, you just don't know how. You can't get the timing down or something. That's how it was with me. I had to fight him one-on-one because he destroyed all the ballistas. And other than that, even if the ballistas were still there, they wouldn't do much good because I couldn't get him to stay still in front of him. And even when I did parry him, because I actually sucked it up and parried his ass, I always parried him right out of the reach of the ballista. Also, if you hit this door right here, give it a little knock, someone will open it for you. There's an enemy in there. And if you hit the door, they'll come over and open it. Or at least I think so. Yep, there we go. Because that door doesn't open from that side. So you gotta go over and hit it, and then they'll come out. There's actually a few doors that are like that in this game, which I think is a very cool mechanic. To have to get the enemy inside, to get an enemy that is inside's attention, so they'll come and open the door for you. That's really goddamn cool, in my opinion. And it's just one of the very little things that Dark Souls 2 does that I like. Because in my opinion, Dark Souls 2 does a lot of neat, interesting little things that the other games just fail to do. Like, Dark Souls 2 may not have the best boss fights, but it definitely had an interesting world to explore. And it actually has some of the greatest boss fights in the series. I don't care, fight me. Looking Glass Knight and Fume Knight are both Oh yeah, and Sir Alone are all three amazing boss fights that give me a ton of trouble if I'm not prepared. Well, maybe not Looking Glass Knight or Fume Knight really, because I've always beaten Fume Knight with slight ease, and by slight ease I mean pretty easily. I'm mostly talking about Sir Alone. Sir Alone kicked my ass on my new game playthrough because there was one attack he'd do that I couldn't dodge very easily, and I don't know why I couldn't dodge it easily. Actually, no, I'm a liar. I do know why I couldn't dodge it that easily. It's because I didn't have the timing down. Like, I dodge a little earlier than I was supposed to, and end up, instead of dodging out of his attack, I dodge into it and get hit by it. It was this one attack where he'd basically jump away, bring his sword back real far to let you know he's about to do it, and then lunge at you from across the arena in a big splash. I dodged when he started coming towards me, when I should have dodged when he was right at me. It's complicated. You'll see eventually when we fight Sir Alone. Which, unfortunately, Sir Alone is going to have to be the last boss fight of the series. Of the playthrough. Unless something that I'm thinking works. Because you're required to have the Iron King's crown to be able to get into his boss fight. Oh yeah, and you also need the Ashen Mistheart, so you do have to make a return there. Unless you went and got the Ashen Mistheart earlier, and then went to the DLC. Because I played through most of the main game, leaving the final bosses for last, and then went to the DLC. And I actually had to fight Fume Knight while he could heal with one of his smelter guys. As I said in Bloodborne playthrough, it was not nearly as hard as I thought it would be. But no, I will not be doing it. I won't be doing it again. Because even though it wasn't that bad, I still didn't like that he could heal. Like, I don't like any boss that has a healing mechanic of any kind. Unless that healing mechanic is them getting health back in after a second phase cutscene. Like, that's fine. But if a boss can just say, kiss my ass, I'm gonna heal all that damage you just did to me, that's when I start getting annoyed by it. Like, sure, a second phase after a cutscene where the boss gets their health bar back, and probably a new name or something, is fine. Because, you know, it's meant to be like they're reaching their true power. This is what they're like when they're actually trying to kill you fully. Not to say that they weren't trying before, but this is them completely enraged coming after you. Or at least that's the way I see it. The point is, I don't like when bosses heal. It just aggravates me. Because it really just undoes a lot of the work you've done. Because sometimes there's a lot of bosses in these series that don't allow you to just wail on them. In fact, that's the majority of bosses in this series. Except for a few examples that just let you hit on them a whole bunch. There's bosses that only let you get a few hits in. There's bosses that won't let you get any hits in. There's bosses that only let you get one hit in. And there's bosses that just stand around basically and let you beat the hell out of them until they die. Bosses that are an example of that let you get hits in and do basically nothing are Covetous Demon, Prowling Magus, Pinwheel. I mean, sure, all three of those bosses make terrible attempts at trying to hurt you. Yeah. Sorry about that, but Covetous Demon, Prowling Magus, Pinwheel, sure, they can be called bosses because they have a health bar and a name, but let's be real here, they're just glorified enemies that get that health bar and name because they wanted another boss fight. I mean, I guess they would be harder if they well, not I guess. They would definitely